They say what we eat defines ourselves, especially sports diet. And there's no one else to explain it better than a professor of sports nutrition. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you Miss Ayushi Dakhate, a sports nutritionist at IISM, a professor of sports nutrition. Ma'am, thank you very much for giving us your precious time. I have few specific questions for you regarding sports nutrition. The first one, I just want to ask you, why is nutrition just as important as training or workouts for athletes and fitness enthusiasts?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here and letting me share my set of knowledge with the audience as well. So, you said why nutrition is as important as a training or fitness would be for anyone. Your starting statement all says it all, that what we eat, that is what we are, right? So fueling an athlete becomes really important to show what they can do in the fitness or the training.
Right.
Giving you a simple example, if somebody who's say running a marathon, which lasts for about 6 odd hours for an amateur athlete and 3 odd hours for an elite athlete, if they are not fueling right, we are not expecting them to run a 42 kilometers run with that much of vigor.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
So we need to look at what we're eating before the game, during the game, and after the game. So what we eat translates into training or into fitness. It is directly proportional. If you look at today's world, we have fads of eating too much protein, building good muscles, etc. So again, it all dials down to what you're eating and how it's translating into muscle when people are looking at muscle building.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. I think it goes always hand in hand that we should have nutrition and fitness together.
Thank you, ma'am. That answers the question in itself. Going on to the second question, ma'am. What are some common mistakes athletes or active people make in their diet?
Oh, there's a big list on that. So the challenge is not what people are doing wrong. The challenge is that people are following trends that are not validated, not well researched, not there's no evidence on the things that are going on in the market, right? Some people say 2 grams per kg body weight of protein is essential for people who are working out. Not true. Not everyone needs 2 grams per kg. Not a lot of people know that if you have 2 grams and plus gram per kg of body weight of protein, they probably will end up with kidney issues, or other than that, a lot of protein gets wasted because not a lot of it is used for building muscle, etc.
Perfect.
So that is one of them. The second thing is carbs are bad.
Yeah.
Right? That's one thing. Go on a low carb diet. But if you look at athletes, because you're speaking about sports nutrition, carbohydrates becomes the primary source of energy for all these athletes. So if they are not eating carbs, then it's all going wrong. Things like going keto for an athlete, right? They can go keto, but the athlete should know that in what phase of their training can they do that, right? Somebody who's off season can probably try it because he can alter his body composition, how he looks, his physique, etc. But if I want to do something so rigorous during competition or during game, it may or may not pan out, as much as it would be. And also the fourth thing is that people follow influencers on Instagram who don't have the right kind of evidence-based knowledge to support what they're kind of seeing. So I think there are a lot of things that go unnoticed, but yeah, these are some of the trending ones that people are doing.
Trending ones. Okay. Moving on to the next one, ma'am. If someone is training regularly, what 1-2 nutrition tips can immediately improve his or her performance and make her recover from the state she's in or he's in?
Okay. Yeah. The first thing is not related to nutrition, but a good sleep is proven to be much more beneficial when it comes to recovery. Yeah, so we look at around 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep for athletes, which becomes priority when it comes to recovery and improving performance. And the second thing is a lot of athletes face body image issues because they are dealing with that if I be leaner or if I look thinner, I will be able to perform better. But what athletes don't realize is that each sport has a different requirement, one. And second is that they don't realize that following someone else's diet may or may not be beneficial for their sport. Correct. So this is the second thing the athlete should do is like personalized nutrition should be there, right? Because every sport has different requirement. Every individual is different. Some are allergic, some are not. Some may or may not.
Body types are different.
Body types are different. Correct. Very correct. So we want to look at personalized nutrition for sure when it comes to recovery.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to the next one. For women with PCOS and PCOD, how does nutrition play a role in managing symptoms and supporting active lifestyles?
So I have dealt with myself with a few PCOD and PCOS women. What I have fairly seen is that they were sedentary, one, not a lot active is not there. Some were genetic cases where their family had a history of PCOS and PCOD. But however, having said that, few things that really worked for them was one is starting strength training or a workout of any kind. Started with obviously a bit of a mid-intensity cardio followed by strength training, because as soon as you start increasing your active muscle mass, your metabolism becomes better. Often in PCOD and PCOS, we see metabolism issues, right? Hormonal issues to hote hi hai, but it is added metabolism. So you look at including cardiovascular training, strength training, this helps. The third thing that helps is as simple as seed cycling. So seed cycling has helped a lot of PCOS women to get their cycle in sync. And the fourth thing is obviously balanced, nutritious meals all throughout the day, which are protein rich. I'm not saying protein high, but protein rich.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. That's really informative. Next question: how can using local home cooked Indian food support both athletes and women with health concerns like PCOS?
Okay. Putting a statement out there that we need to Indianize things when it comes to India, because we rely too much on data or food culture that is coming right from the foreign countries or the countries around. We try to delve on that. But if you look at our meals itself, suppose I'm a Maharashtrian, so simple as bhakri and bhaji and dal for that matter is a complete wholesome meal, which completes an essential amino acid profile that people keep talking about in the industry, as well as it is looking at fiber, it is looking at vegetables, minerals, basic stuff. So if you look at Indian food, it is quite balanced in itself. However, people will say कि vada pav to balance नहीं है, pav bhaji to balance नहीं है. But again, it sides to the junk side of it. But if you see authentic Indian food, you'll always find a balance. So I think sticking to their own culture and the foods that their ancestors have been eating, I think we would be in a good shape.
Pretty much, and that's goes in sync with the customization of the local food of an athlete according to the area.
Yes,
that actually works with that also. Okay, moving on to the last question, ma'am. Why is it important to have personalized, easy to follow diet plans rather than one size fits all solutions?
So we speak about the principle of bio-individuality. Every individual is different, comes from a different culture, one. Gender also, age differences are there, body composition differences are there, body type differences are there. Even if you have all of them similar, there will be still certain issues where some might be able to adapt to something better than the other. Then you'll have to keep tweaking the diet, right? So at every point in time, you need that kind of a personal attention given to an athlete or a normal individual, which will cater to their need. And ultimately, we are working for some results, right? Athletes want to perform. Fitness enthusiasts want to either gain weight or lose weight. So if that is not happening with the diet that you're giving, you need to keep personalizing it every step.
That actually works with the personalized, customized way of thinking.
Correct.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I think we have more or less covered what we wanted to cover in terms of the solutions to a lot of queries on sports nutrition. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.